Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is goated, alright? This is the best show I have ever seen in my entire flippin' life. It stuck with me since day one, and I keep going back. And yes, that's right, I'm including Game of Thrones, I'm including Breaking Bad.
You can't keep getting away with it!
And of course I'm including Velma.
Mom, stop! Not in front of my king!
That's right, don't hate on me, that's what I'm saying, I'm sticking with it. A lot of things that the show does really stick out to me. First of all, the animation. I mean, come on, look at this. That's pretty cool. And then of course you've got the insanely awesome characters. Every single character in the show is just so interesting to get to know and so interesting to journey with. There are characters here that you think you'll hate that you end up loving. There are characters that you think you'll love that you end up hating, and everything in between. It is actually insane that this show has managed to fill out so many different story arcs and characters so succinctly and so perfectly. And lastly, this is kind of very in sync with my last point, but the story is just amazing. I mean, there aren't a lot of shows out there that I will look back on and really just think about the themes of, and this is one of those shows for me. It's so painstakingly planned out. Every single detail means something. Every single line means something, and it all comes all together in the finale, and everything is in a nice, neat little ribbon, no loose ends. It is insane. Hello, beautiful ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Welcome to MediaMine, and this is why you should watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Alright, so I'm calling this segment of my channel Why You Should Watch. Basically, I'm going to spend some time encouraging you guys and, speaking about some shows that I think are kind of underrated or that I think not enough people are watching and recommending it to you. With that being said, this will be no spoilers at all. I'm not going to go over any important details, just the generalizations of the characters and some things that really stuck out to me very early on in the story. That includes the footage. Every single thing you see on this video will be from very early on in the story, and I will not spoil anything, that is important that really impacts how you would feel about the ending. So, feel free to continue watching on if you haven't seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. If you already have, maybe this will be a good chance for you to get some thoughts, from a different perspective on why this show was really enjoyable to me. Heck, maybe you didn't enjoy the show. You can learn a little bit more about why I like the show, which also I find it insane to think you wouldn't like this show. It is flippin' amazing. How dare you? So crazy rant aside, let's get into this. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the story of two brothers, the characters we'll be spending most of our time with throughout the length of this series. Their names are Edward and Alphonse Elric. Now, in order to fully understand Edward and Alphonse Elric, we need to talk about the biggest differentiator this show has, what makes it unique and what makes it special compared to other battle shonen around there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the power system, alchemy. I freaking love battle systems. Most shonen anime has a battle system. In Dragon Ball Z, it's, they fight with ki, they can shoot lasers out of their hands. It's pretty cool. In Naruto, it's chakra, the special energy they have within themselves. Full Metal Alchemist has alchemy. And now what makes alchemy so special? You see, in a lot of battle shonen, the battle system is the battle system is insanely overpowered. I'm talking about extremely overpowered, like god-defying stunts overpowered. In Dragon Ball Z, characters are able to, with the flick of their fingers, blow up entire planets into nothingness.
Oh crap! If that had hit the ground, who knows what it would have done? Hey yo, what the fuck?
Just like that. And where do you go from there? Where do you go from there? However, alchemy has clearly defined rules and stipulations. There are things you can do and there are things you can't do. Now I'm going to give a quick explanation of these rules, just so that you can really see the potential that this power system has. The first rule of alchemy, equivalent exchange. This one is super easy, barely an inconvenience, right? Super easy to understand. It's a really simple principle. Something cannot be created from nothing. And so in order to obtain something, something else of equal value must be lost. Equivalent exchange, equal value. It's right in the phrasing there. It's perfect, it's great, it makes so much sense. So alchemy is the ability to shift matter into something else, right? This rule already limits your potential. For example, if you want to turn a piece of rock into like a sword, for example, you can only make a sword that is equal to the mass of the rock that you're shifting. Now, the second most important rule of alchemy, the law of providence. The law of natural providence. I cannot read. See, the law of natural providence states that something... Oh, why is this so hard? The law of natural providence states that objects composed of a particular material or element can only be transmuted into objects of similar compositions. So, for example, stone objects can't be turned into water objects, but they can be turned into like other objects that are similar to stone. So like, you could turn iron into like a steel, or no, you can turn iron into an iron sword or steel into a steel sword, but you wouldn't be able to turn, stone into a steel sword. You guys getting that? Does that make sense? Gosh, I hope it makes sense. Those are your basic principles of alchemy. Combine that together and you get an awesome power system that can produce fights like this. I mean, come on! Wow! Come on, let's go, buddy. Another awesome thing about the power system is that unlike a lot of other shonen anime shows, the power system is like an essential part of the story. Literally every major plot point revolves around how people can use and abuse the power of alchemy. I mean, episode 3, and episode 3, if you know, you know. But back on track before I go down that insanely disturbing rabbit hole. Edward and Al are kids who live with their mom. They're going about the great life out in the countryside, their mom loves them, they're super smart kids, they get along really well. And unfortunately, the plague gets them. The plague gets their mom, and their mom passes away. Now, Ed and Al love their mom, just as anyone does. And so, these kids who have been obsessed with alchemy their whole lives decide, we need to bring our mom back. With the power of alchemy, we can just bring her back if we have the right ingredients. The thing is, alchemy has one rule that I actually haven't brought up yet. And that is human transmutation is not allowed. Now, what is human transmutation? Essentially, it's creating humans. If they want to bring their mom back, they would essentially have to create another human being. And this is when the show gets really interesting. You see, the law of equivalent exchange basically means that if you want to create a human, you need to find something worth the value of a soul. Because you can't get a soul unless you give something that is equal to the value of a soul. And what is equal to the value of a soul? Is there anything equal to the value of a soul? Because of questions like this, using alchemy to create a person is illegal. And not even illegal, it's considered a massive taboo, something that everyone looks down upon. But Edward and Alphonse decide to do this secretly anyway. They know that it's a taboo. They know that it's not allowed for a specific reason. But they've just lost their mother. In their eyes, there's nothing else they can do but try at least. That is when the story begins. You see, Edward and Al get the perfect decomposition of a human body down to the chemicals, to the last gram. And they hope that that's enough to bring back their mom. They even put some of their blood inside the concoction. Oh, that sounds nasty. Just to like get some DNA, as they call it, to make sure that they bring back their mom. And instead, they end up going through what we call in the series the Portal of Truth. I'm not gonna go into details of what the Portal of Truth is. Honestly, I think it's something you should see for yourself, but it is super trippy and it's super awesome. And if you're wondering if it works or not, obviously it doesn't work. I mean, come on, this stuff happens in like the second episode. I mean, Edward and Alphonse do transmute something, it's just not their mom. And don't forget, there are rules to this thing, alright? This is not just a walk in the park. There are consequences for transmuting. And because their DNA is in the concoction that they're making, Edward loses his leg. At least he wasn't Al, because Al loses his entire body. Yep, his entire body just gone to the void, man. Just Edward, in a lot of pain, cannot bear to stand losing his brother. He's already lost his mom, his father's non-existent, and yeah, he's just in pain and he cannot deal with this. And so through pure determination, Edward is able to give up his left arm, and thankfully that's enough to bring back his brother's soul. A soul in which Ed binds to a piece of armor. Now with half of his limbs, RIP, and his brother a literal walking piece of armor, Edward and Alphonse travel the lands in order to try and find a way to get their original bodies back and make up for the mistake they made in trying to bring back their mom. A lot of this show delves deep into the psyche of Edward and Alphonse. Edward feels so guilty for having his brother lose his body because transmuting their mom was his idea in the first place, and he's the elder sibling. He knew the risks, but he talked his brother into it anyway, and now his brother is suffering for it. Alphonse, poor Alphonse, man. This kid is going through it. Imagine not being able to feel anything, touch anything, eat anything, not even being able to sleep because you are a literal piece of armor. You don't need rest. And that's just the first 2 episodes of the show, man. It's 20 minutes each episode, 60 episodes. You've got to watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. If you're in the comments and you've already seen the show, let me know what you think about it down below. Give me your reviews, give me a favorite scene. Just keep me posted, let me know what's up. All in all, this has been MediaMine. Check out Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I'm gonna do some more in-depth reviews about it because honestly, I love talking about this show. Hey YouTube, so right now I'm filming this at 8:47 p.m. just like getting some audio down. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. Let me know how I can improve my videos. I am new to this video essay thing, but I watch a ton online and I have my own thoughts of things, so I figured why not make this myself. But yeah, keep me posted, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe as well. This channel is going to be posted on consistently, I guarantee you that, so make sure to stay around. If this is the first of my videos that you're watching, check out this review of Chronicle. It's not really a review, it's more of a retrospective. Chronicle's a really awesome movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And so I'd highly recommend you check that video out. I have a lot to say about that movie. And yeah, more videos will be posted very soon on this channel. So thank you so much again, and I'll see you guys at the next one.